Hey guys, Mark here on I Ride a Raleigh. We're having a look at this week on this lovely little front cantilever mount pannier rack. Can be used with a quick click system. It's got mountings for it from the 2 peak range, and we're going to get on the bike now, see how it looks. It's from Aliexpress, costs a few quid. All the links I'll put down below, and we'll see how it is. And while you're here, don't forget to hit the notifications bell. Your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your thanks and all that funky good stuff. Cheers guys. Here we are then. This is the front pannier mount, rack mount, whatever you want to call it. But I think it's a lovely little idea, and it fits on your cantilever bosses on the front of your city bike, 26-inch wheel bike. It's not really suited for anything larger, so using a 29 or a 27, I don't think you'll have the clearance on the cantilevers to the underside, but for certainly under 26-inch wheel with cantilevers, this is perfect. It's designed as well to take the 2-peak quick rack system, and if it's adaptable, you can just build it up with a couple of washers and fit it on top. The rack will extend over the front for the bag mount, but I don't think that really matters, because once it's out the front of the bike, it's going to be there anyway. You can also put saddlebags on it as well with them panniers. I think it's a great little thing. We'll see how it fits. Comes with this fittings. This goes through your mudguard eyelet on the back, so that's fitted thus under there, and that screws through your eyelet. You should have, let's see, you're on 1 bolt there, 2 nuts and bolts there. So yeah, it is your 2 Allen bolts to go through there. Your 3rd Allen bolts to go through your mudguard boss. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5, comes with 5 bolts. I assume that's your mudguard boss, the long one. I think these are to fit to your cantilever bosses, that's where you got 4, just in case you got a disc brake, you haven't got canties on. But I'm going to mount this with canties. Okay, let's get the bike in and let's have a look. Alright then guys, so we're going to look at fitting the cycle rack now. Let's bring the camera back a little bit, getting shot a bit better. So we're going to go fitting the cycle rack on the front now. It's going to be a straightforward operation, I would assume. And do these 2 nuts here, place the washers behind. It didn't come with any other hardware in the kit. So I'll see now how this fits, and I'm going to faff about on camera, because it might take, what I discovered with a lot of these things from Aliexpress, because you're not paying the extra money just for the basic item, sometimes you have to source your own hardware to fit it. Right, okay, the first problem I come across in installing this, the Raleigh bolts, it seems to be a captive washer on the side, and they don't come off the bolt. Obviously they've been machine processed, bolt machined, and put on. So you need an extra set of washers to go behind you to mount this. And it brings the next problem then. When it comes in, even when as its extremities, you put the bolt in this side, it's too wide on the other side or vice versa. So this is going to be squeezed in to fit, which I'm going to do now off camera. Right then guys, the rack's installed. It was a little bit fiddly, but you had to squeeze in the pannier mounts just a smidge for it to line up with the holes, but once she's in, she was great. You can see now, it mounts straightly onto the calipers. The brakes are still running smooth and free, so there's no interference from the caliper mounts, cantilever mounts, or V-brake mounts if you're a younger generation. I just have a quick look now, make sure the brakes are operating fine. Yep, that's great. So let's have a quick close-up on it. Here you are then guys, here's the rack installed. I would definitely say, of the Aliexpress accessories so far, this is the best one. This was only £5. I also been told on this it'll take the 2-peak quick rack system. It's just squeezing the top, and apparently all you have to do to install it is put some plastic
washers or nylocks down inside, one through the front, and it protrudes to around about below the front. So you can put the standard 2-peak rack bags on, or the Rock Brothers nylon strap bags. But I gotta be honest, I think I'll be going with a 2-peak rack system on the front. Right, we're gonna get the bike down now, off the bike stand, and have a quick look at it outside for a better view. Right then guys, I brought the bike out. We're gonna have a look around now with all the accessories from Aliexpress, which I had for less than £5 for each item. Now they actually run, now they fit, I'll talk you through them quickly. I'm going to tag this on the end of each video to speed things up. Right, the bar was just £2. As you can see, I had a bit of trouble, if you want to go to the video, of fitting these little plastic grommets here. You can see this one now is eager to pop out already. I'll replace it with some rubber. But the actual thing, for £2 the bar and the adapter is worth it. But you have to make some of your own adapters. So I would give it the system 10 out of 10, but because of the grommets and a bad design, I'll give it a 7. Right, the next, the water bottle. The holder here is not very good. You can see you scratch the barber there. I scratch my column on here, I scratch on there, I put some tape on it now for protection, but I put some paint on there. This was only £1.50. The system is a good idea because you can clamp it anywhere on your bike, but the problem is down in here. If you have a look in here, that metal barber there cuts into everything. So you put some protection on your bike, some thick PTFE tape or something to protect it. Okay, that's that. So it would have given it a 10 out of 10 for idea, but as it is, I'll only give it a 5 because it damages your bike. Simple as that. But for £2, I would probably say I'd even give it a 3 out of 10. It's an excellent idea, but I could do a little bit of finesse to make it better. Hang on. Hello, Kev. Hello, boy. Come say hello, have you? I'll give you some food in a minute. Right, so we come around now to the LEDs. These are great, and these are going to be further tested in the video on the lights. So keep an eye out for that, and that's going to be on there. This was only £5 as well from Aliexpress. Straps onto the bag. It's a lovely big size. We're going to look more at this. I'm doing videos on bike racks, solid mount and the telescopic pole mount off the saddles, etc., and different bags, etc. So keep looking for the review on that with that. And the last one we looked at on the front, which I fitted, was the front pannier mount. Now this is quite a good idea, good design. My favourite so far. With these holes here, they'll take the 2-peak rack system. So you slide in your luggage rack and lock it. That is brilliant. I love that. Only problem is, these pivots here is no way of adjusting them. And should it get heavy, look, they'll just pivot down. Which means you can't put a lot of weight on it. But what you can do is, to counteract this, around the top of your head by here, get some heavy duty, thick, 3mm or so wide cable ties, and just cable tie it around the top. Or where you've got your reflector mount in the back of the ear, you can drill a hole through there and screw it through the reflector mount, because the reflector mount can't be used anyway by UK law legally. UK law, you've got to have one on the front, so it'll have to be mounted down under here. So you're going to have to take this bracket off here and either mount the reflector underneath on the front, or we're going to have to use that bracket, cable, and put a hole through here, push this back a bit further, look, and screw that to the light bracket, which I think is what I'll do. But itself, as a front storage bag, is fantastic. It's the best style of which I've seen on eBay, but this needs to be a nut and bolt, and because it's a clamp washer, it's either a case of drill this out and put your own nut and bolt in there, or drill through here, take your reflector off, and put a nut and bolts through there to tie it back. And because it moves with a fork anyway, I think that's going to be the best option. Okay, so one last look over. So altogether the bike's been kitted out for less than the £15. £5 for the rack, £2 for the bar, £7. We've got £2 for the lights, so that's £9. About £1.50 the ball, £10.50, and about £5 for the bag. So to fully kit the bike out was less than £15, about $20 US, which I think is absolute bargain. Are you ready to go for some food now? Hey, Kevy, you ready to go for some food now? I think so. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the old notifications button, the likes, the share, subscribe, and all that funky, trendy stuff. And I'll see you on the next one, which is going to be on the bike's racking systems. So I'll have a better look at that. And I'd have modified the front rack by then as well. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Thanks and bye bye.